we doing comedy at a church. Like, how's this gonna work out, really? I mean, some people are like, I just came to see this thing explode. What's so amazing about doing comedy at church, when I was a kid, laughing at church was illegal. You couldn't laugh at church. I remember one time laughing at church because this lady was jumping around and her wig fell off. Though, that stuff was funny. Her wig fell off and then I laughed, my grandmother would pinch and twist. I can understand a pinch. You gonna twist? That's the devil. Dude on stage is mad at everybody. I can't figure out why he's so angry. 7 years old, I figured out why he was so angry. He was angry because he had some phlegm caught in his throat. So at the end of every sentence, he'd try to get it out. He'd be like, the Lord said, act like you. I'm like, Grandma, he need to gargle, Grandma. I'm 7 years old, man. Church lasts 6 hours, too. Then we go in the basement and eat a sandwich and come back up. I'm like, what was that, a halftime or something? Actually, I'm gonna be real with you. There's enough black people here. It was always chicken. Why we always gotta eat chicken? Every single time. I know, I had to tell them. I'm sorry, we at church, you know? And tuna. At the end of church, they would ask us, they'd always be like, so you wanna go, after this, we all gonna go to the sister church. I don't even like the brother church. One time I get to church, 7 years old, there's a dead body in the front. It's a funeral. Nobody explains that to a 7-year-old Michael Jr. I'm thinking that's how they roll. Like every 3 weeks or so, they bring a dead body in as an example or something. And the dude on stage yell at everybody in the audience like they the ones that did it. I remember asking my grandmother, I'm looking for some explanation. I'm like, Grandma, what happened to the man in the box? What happened to the man in the box? Her whole explanation was, he in a better place. I'm like, what kind of box did he live in before? Dude on stage said he went to see the king. That was his whole explanation. He went to see the king. Ha. I don't understand what that meant. They didn't even call the kids choir to sing. I was in the kids choir, not because I wanted to be in the kids choir. I was in the kids choir because I was a kid. And it was a requirement. And what song we got to sing? Soon and very soon, we are gonna see the king. I don't want to see the king. I don't want to see the king. You ever go to a funeral and people always talking about the person in the box like they sure he going to heaven? And then they tell you and then the people get up there, they always talking about him. And the last thing you know, like the dude stabbed 3 people and he never prayed one time in his life. And all of a sudden, everybody, like, he going to heaven. He's like, I'm sure Uncle John is looking down at me right now, and he's a little tear is going down his eye. I'm like, he probably looking up at you right now. Listen, that's a sweat bead, is what it is. A sweat bead rolling on.
I tell people wherever I go, I'm from the South with an F and not a TH. I'm from the South. From the South. You know, one thing about Southerners, we have the unique ability and skill to just make up words. That's just in our DNA. You know, we say stuff like fin-to and fixin'. Matter of fact, one of my favorite words, a made-up word, is 5 syllables, 1 word. What you not gonna do? Yeah, my mother said that a lot when I was growing up. My mother said stuff like, what you not gonna do? Just keep running in and out of this house. That's what you're not gonna do. What you're not gonna do is stand in front of that refrigerator and hold that door open. Little boy. That's what you're not gonna do. What you're not gonna do is sit up on that phone while it's thundering and lightning outside. The Lord is doing his work. What some of y'all not gonna do is sit out there and not laugh at jokes. That's what y'all not gonna do. You know, because I do a lot of churches. I don't know if y'all know, church folks can be some funny acting people. I don't know. I don't know if you're aware of this. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about other church folks. Matter of fact, I called this woman from my church. I didn't know it at the time, but she was a part-time Christian. And I apparently called her on her day off. Yeah, she answered the phone with attitude. She was like, who in the blank is this? And how did you get this blankety blank number? And I was a little taken aback because I don't curse out loud. I don't keep it on the inside. So I said, this is Brother Goodwin from the church. That's how you say it when you're spiritual, from the church. She said, oh, praise the Lord, brother. I was like, praise the Lord. What you're not gonna do is act like you ain't just cussed me out on the phone. That's what you're not gonna do.
Because the truth of the matter is, it's not fair that we don't have curse words. Christians should have their own curse words. Because I don't care how holy you are, you slam your hand in a car door, something's coming out of your mouth. That's just the way it is. And for some reason, a curse word feels like just the right man for the job. I don't know what it is about slamming your hand, but ouch just doesn't cut it. For some reason, it's that curse word that makes it feel like it's beginning to heal. See, that's the thing that people forget. That's the natural part about life that I believe in. You see, we spend our lives trying to watch our mouth because it's natural to curse. Nobody has to learn to curse. You have to learn how not to. We got to watch our mouth, man. It ain't easy. That's what I'm talking about because it's natural. It's natural to curse. Man, it's so natural to curse. So natural to curse, we even invented a hand signal, so if I'm cursing in the car, I can let you in on it. That's what we did. We decided that the middle finger meant I'm cursing you. We just made that up. I feel sorry for the middle finger. Never did anything wrong. Big, strong, big, long finger. We decided you're the curse of Cain. We could have chosen any of the fingers, just the middle one for some reason. Why, all the other fingers, as a matter of fact, mean good things. Number one. Could have made this a bad finger, but we said, no, they'll make it a good one. Number one, you're number one. Thumb, like, hey, don't kill the gladiator. You know, good stuff. Stop cars. Hey, can I take a ride? Stop in a car. Add a little finger. Ooh, hang loose. Oh, lose the thumb. Hey, can I have some tea? I guess. I don't know what that is. Every finger means something because we choose to let it mean something. Third finger. I don't know what this one is. This is kind of like I'm cursing you, but I'm dyslexic, I guess. I don't know what that is. I don't know. We make it up. Your middle finger isn't bad. We chose to decide it was. Of course, sometimes I get angry and I have to watch myself trying to be a good Christian boy. Somebody cuts me off in traffic, you know, I want to give them the old finger, not allowed to. I figured it out, though. I just give them the whole hand. Hey, guess. That way I can get out of it. Hey, you cursing me? No, I'm saying you're number one, man. What's the deal?
Trust me, some Christian alternative cuss words that we could use when we needed them. And everything would be okay. Because we knew it had the holy stamp of approval. So a while back I put out a Facebook post asking people for ideas of Christian cuss words. I got over 10,000 responses from you freaks. Now none of these is for me. You can't put it on me. Over 10,000 from you bozos. It took me 2 weeks to go through them, and I whittled it down to about 100 or so Christian alternative cuss words that you could use. I haven't memorized it yet, but I'd like to recite it for you right now. So Christians, just take these and cuss up a storm. Listen up, here we go. Shucks, rats, gadzooks, shizzle, toot. Crapola. Which I guess is Spanish for crap. I don't know. Crapola. You almost stepped in crapola. Or it's the worst crayon color ever. Hey, who's got the crapola over here? Trying to draw a tree trunk. I need to stop taking my crapola. Holy moly, holy stinking moly, holy guacamole, holy mackerel, holy cow, holy smokes, holy buckets, buckethead, turd. You like turd, don't you, sir? You're gonna be using you some turd. Fiddlesticks, fiddle faddle, flippin', horse hockey, horse pucky, horse feathers, horse patootie, phooey, bull twinkie, shut the front door. Okay. I didn't even know it was open. Criminy, criminately, cripes. Good gravy, good grief. Great googly moogly. Great Caesar's ghost. H-E double hockey sticks. Bleep. That's all it says. Bleep. Ah, what the bleep? Whoa, that guy bleeped and he tooted. Wow, he is mad. That is one bleeping, tooting turd right over there. Son of a biscuit, son of a biscuit eater, son of a Baptist preacher, son of a bacon bit, son of a nutcracker, son of a motherless goat. Wow, that's not even possible. That is not biologically possible. Where's your mother? Anna! Mama! She gone. For heaven's sake. For the love of Pete. For Pete's sake. For crying out loud, jump in, Jehoshaphat. Oh, Jehoshaphat's mad. Calm down, Jehoshaphat. Both feet on the ground, J-Ho. J-Ho. Deep breath, J-Ho. Raza, fraza, raza, fraza, raza, fraza, raza. Crud. Crud muffin. What is that? Hey, y'all wake up. Mama made crud muffins. You're gonna miss the crud muffins. Get in here. I love Mama's crud muffins. Tall glass of milk and a crud muffin. Ain't no better way to start the day. Gee Willikers, mother of pearl. Shucky darn nerds. Firefig Nogan. Cotton picking. Heavens to Betsy. My Lanta. What the hay? Snot, bull snot, booger snot, fart knocker. Wow! What does that mean? Who's at the door, Daddy? Some fart knocker. Tell him to go away. Now, Daddy said, go away, fart knocker. We don't want you here. He knew it was you by the way he's knocking, fart knocker. Shut the front door, fart knocker. Ring the bell next time, fart knocker. Guess I'm a fart ringer now. Jeepers. Jeez Louise. Mother Francis, Judas Priest. Bob Saget, Pat Sajak. That's genius, man. That's my favorite one. You stub your toe. Pat Sajak. Alex Trebek, what's going on around here? What the Bob Barker was that? Now I have a Wink Martindale on my toe. Sheesh. Booty. Shut your pie hole. When would you use that? Sir, shut your hole. You have pie in your hole. Shut your hole over the pie. Or I will cram a crud muffin right in your pie hole. I will. Don't think I won't do, you turd. I will cram a muffin, a crud muffin in your hole that is filled with pie right now. And it's going to be a full hole. Kiss my grits. Malarkey, doo-doo, caca, Bolshevik. That was close. That was closer than a fart knocker right there, wasn't it? Gosh. What the what? What the devil? Wingnut. Ticked off. Jackwagon. Heck, shoot, dang, darn. Darn it, dad, burn it, dag, damn it, consarn it, confound it, doggone it, dad, blame it, dad, gum it, dad, blast it! And suck eggs. That's all I have so far, Christians. Take those. Cuss up a storm.
You know, in Christians, we got our own vernacular. We got our own way of saying stuff. For instance, God is good. And all the time. If you're out in public and you see a church member and you greet them, how do they respond? Y'all just left on that one. Most times people say, praise the Lord. If they're doing well, they say that they're blessed. If they're really doing good, they're blessed and highly favored. Those are the folks that don't live paycheck to paycheck. Those are the highly favored. But then there's some Christians, they don't take responsibility for themselves, and they got a strange expression that they use. They like to say that the devil is busy. I'm like, no, you lazy. I got a boy like that. I called his cell phone. His cell phone was disconnected. I saw him a couple of days later. I said, hey, man, I tried to call you, but your phone was off. He was like, yeah, man. You know the devil's busy. I was like, the devil don't work for Verizon? You ain't pay your cell phone bill, man. Y'all, and people love to lie on the devil. For instance, what do we say here in the South when the sun is shining and it's raining outside? The devil is beating his wife. I got a couple of questions. When did the devil get married? Huh? I've read the entire Bible. I've read nothing about him as Satan. And who would marry the devil? Who was sitting up on eHarmony looking at the devil's profile? To a girl, I know he got problems, but he sure is hot.
You ever hear somebody tell you an amazing story about how they almost got killed? I know it sounds like it's a skirt in Ireland, but that's how black people say it. Killed, you know, man, if I would have turned this way, man, I would have got killed. But something told me to go the other way. I didn't want to be a Christian either for a long time because some Christians are creepy. There's some creepy Christians. It's creepy everything. It's creepy Muslims, but some Christians is creepy. You ever had somebody, they talk about God and their voice change all of a sudden? Like, yo, man, how you doing? Oh, I'm cool. Can I tell you about the Lord? What is wrong with your voice? What's wrong with your voice? Or somebody start praying in the middle of your conversation? You was just having a conversation. Yo, you see the game? That was a good game. Man, that game was good. God, we just thank you for being so holy, Lord. You're so awesome. I'm like, are we praying right now? You are creepy. Before I became a Christian, I would ask a girl out, and this one girl, I remember she said to me, she said, I'm dating Jesus. I didn't know what that meant. Now I realize she was just saying she wanted to get closer to God before she started dating. Back then, I had no idea. I thought she was dating Jesus. A month later, she called me up and said, you still want to go out? I'm like, did you break up with Jesus? I'm like, I don't know for sure, but I think it was your fault. Whatever happened, it was your. Now you coming to me? You are confused. You better go back. I'm telling you, he forgives you for everything and you get free wine? You better call him. You better go call him. Because what if I'm the jealous type, right? I walk in the room, she praying. I'm like, who you talking to? Because you got different types of Christians. This is what I found out. You got Christians who are cool. You can hang around with them. Iron sharpen iron relationships. Right? Then you got Christians who may have a little limp in their walk. They got the hat on, but the shoes don't match. Then you got Christians who, I'm just going to put this out there. You ever know somebody that was oversaved? Don't look at them. Don't look at them. You can't even have a regular conversation with him. He's like, hey man, I'm thirsty. You thirsty? Thirsty for the Lord. Thirsty for the Lord. Hey, I lost my keys. Could you help me find my keys? You need the keys to the kingdom. I'm like, yeah, I didn't drive a kingdom. I drove a Toyota. I know as soon as I said oversaved, some of y'all had somebody in mind, but if you didn't, somebody had you in mind. You could be oversaved. You ain't know it. Now I gotta let you know that you're oversaved. Couple indicators to let you know you're oversaved. Just a couple indicators. If you don't mess around with computers because it got a cursor. I'm sorry. If you rebuke vacuum cleaners because it's a dirt devil. I got an aunt that's oversaved. She messes up television shows for us. We're watching Extreme Makeover Home Edition. At the beginning of the show, they always tell you the sad story about the people. My aunt gonna start praying for them. Lord, help them get a new house, Lord. Just... They're gonna get a new house. They're gonna get a new house. She's like, yes, you gotta believe. I'm like, no, you gotta have cable is what you gotta do.
You ever had someone ask you to pray for something so stupid, you're just like, I ain't praying for that. Yeah, some things you cannot pray for. My buddy's like, dude, can you pray for me? I was like, yeah, absolutely. What's going on? He goes, I got a drug test tomorrow. I need to pass it. I go, Nah, I'm not praying for that. I'm not praying. Some things you cannot pray for. Remember my nephew, Malachi? Remember him? Remember that kid? My sister put in the family group text, she goes, pray for Malachi, he's having a tough day. And everybody in the group text is like, praying for Mally, we love him, supportive, praying hands, lifting him up. All I said was, I go, what's going on? And she texted me directly. You know how they backdoor text you? Yeah. She came around back, she goes, what do you mean? I go, what happened? She goes, he has tendonitis in his thumbs from holding the iPad. I go, I'm not praying for that, dude. I'm not putting that up to the God of the universe with my name on it. Just widows, orphans, missionaries. Mally wants to watch Paw Patrol. No. Some of the stuff y'all sending up, it's disrespectful. There was a hurricane, there was a tornado in Nashville, came through Nashville, and there was like all this destruction, and then people were like, praise report, my house was missed. Praise report that our house was, what do you think, God's up there with a joystick? Like, the Jacksons, did they pray for hedge of protection? No, let's get on! Like he's a claw at the fair. I know, I'm sorry. You see it, just start paying attention. They pray before NASCAR races. You know that they pray? What? What's the prayer? Jesus. We have engineered these cars to go 250 miles per hour. We will race them for 6 hours, 3 inches from each other. We just pray that you would help us not to die. God's like, yeah, just don't race, dude. Amen. Start your engines. I was watching an MMA fight, and the guy said, I just want to thank God for helping me win this fight. I go, what? What did you pray, sir? Jesus, I know everyone is created in your image, but tonight in front of 60,000 people, I'm attempting to kill a man. If you allow me to make him unconscious, I will tell Joe Rogan I thanked you. I see all kind of stuff. You're going to start seeing it. I ain't praying for that. You're going to start seeing it. There was a group of Christian hikers. There was this thing on Facebook. It was these bunch of Christian hikers. What is a Christian hiker? There's a hiker is not non-Christian. We don't need a Christian version of it. It's lighten to my path, hiking, whatever. There was 12 guys that decided. Of course, it was 12. They decided These 12 guys decided to climb Mount Everest. Okay, they got to the Christian hikers, they got to the top, and everybody's like, it's a miracle. And then there was a storm, and they couldn't get down, and it was going around Facebook, pray for the hikers, pray for the hikers, pray for the hiker. I just put a thumbs down. I go, no. Imagine God getting those prayer requests. Again, he's up there, widows, orphans, missionaries, disease, war. He goes, what? Paul, what is it? Where are they? I don't even want y'all up there. You should have prayed for wisdom when you were back at the house, dude.
I said the only two things in life that you worry about, whether you're healthy or whether you're sick. If you're healthy, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you're sick, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to get better, whether you're going to get worse. You get better, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you get worse, you got two things to worry about. Whether you're going to live, whether you're going to die. If you live, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you die, you got two things. Whether you're going to heaven, whether you're going to hell. If you go to heaven, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But if you go to hell, you got two things to worry about. Original or extra crispy? That's the
God put a man in my life. He was doing comedy for $100 a week. The guy was worth, $4, $5, $6 million. Sold his business, made millions of dollars. Just wanted to go on the road and do comedy. He was 50-some years old. Wasn't a very good comic. But he didn't have to be. I mean, he had all the money he ever needed. He's the only guy that we ever worked with that pulled into the jobs with a 450 SEL Mercedes. I'm coming in on the Greyhound, you know. Hey, how are you? I'm your headliner for the week. I make the big money. How are you? But God knows his own, man, and he knew I wouldn't talk to this man. I was a shallow, vacuous, empty vessel. I really was. And I didn't have anything to talk to this man about until I found out because of his wealth, he had access to some of the nicest golf courses in America. He was actually a member of Muirfield Village here, and that's all I needed to hear. He was my new best friend. What I didn't know about him was he was a fundamentalist Christian, and I didn't know that. And we're sitting on the fairway one day just talking. And we're talking about life, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, and then he brings up the Bible. And I said, don't give me the Bible, I don't want to hear the Bible. And he says, what do you mean? And I said, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in that garbage. And he says, well, what is it about the Bible you don't think is true? And I said, I don't know, I never read it. And he said, well, you're not an atheist, you're a moron. And I have to tell you, I would have hit him, except that I would have lost access to Muirfield Village. And I wasn't going to do that. And I asked him to explain himself, and he said, well, to be honest with you, a true atheist is not only a biblical scholar, but is scholarly in all the face of the earth. And after a long intellectual journey has come to the conclusion that there is no God of the universe. You, on the other hand, want to circumvent the entire intellectual process and just come to the conclusion that there's no God. That's lazy and moronic. I didn't know what to say.
Some people think God created the universe. Some people think nothing created the universe, which is the funniest guess. And the nothing people make fun of the God people. They say God doesn't exist. I'm like, okay, maybe. But you know what definitely doesn't exist? Nothing. That's the defining characteristic of nothing, is that it doesn't exist. So what are we talking about? Either you think it's God, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove, or you think it's nothing, something you can't see, touch, taste, photograph, and science can't prove. But I think we can all agree, if your nothing sometimes spontaneously erupts into everything, that's a pretty magical nothing, you guys. And ask the nothing people, what happens when you die? They'll tell you, nothing. You go into nothing. I'm like, you mean you merge back with your creator? That's heaven.
I was reading this thing in the news several months ago, and it was this is a news story talking about the existence of atheist megachurches. I mean, what do you do there? Do you sing worship songs at an atheist church? What do you say? Like, shout to the void, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to nothing. What do you sing to? Man, do they have children's church at the atheist megachurch? What songs do you sing to kids at an atheist church? Like, no one loves the little children, all the children of the world. No one hears you when you cry, no one hears your lullaby. No one loves the little children of the world. Reason why we exist, but there's no reason why. Reason why we exist, but there's no reason why. A row, row, row your boat gently down the reef. Wallowing, 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 wallowing in your unbelief. Let's do the rounds. Remember the rounds? No, you don't want to do that. Okay. Let's try a new one. Evolution, this I know, for Charles Darwin told me so. Accidentally alive, if you're weak, you won't survive. That's the logic, right? That's what they're saying. I am an A, I am an A-T, I am an A-T-H-E-I-S-T, and I have N-O-T-H-I-N-G to give me hope and certainty, and when I D-I-E, I will be A-L-O-N-E. Hey!
That's why I love this community of faith that we have, because we all kind of grew up together and we do a lot of weird stuff, but people don't know it's weird. We think it's normal, but it's not. And like people brand new to church walk in, we're like, we're gonna wash you in the blood, or I'm calling the cops. These Christian music stations, I love the Christian radio, but they're funny in a way because they always play like, this is why I can't listen to Christian music anymore, okay? Because you ever been listening to a Christian radio station, you ever going through some kind of hardship or struggle or hard time, you hear a song that's for you. You ever been there? Thank you, Jesus, I needed this song. It spoke to you directly. You ever been there? So have I, but like in a different way, okay? You ever been driving home, it's like 3 in the morning, you're on the way home from, making some poor choices, and you pull around the corner, you see that 24-hour Taco Bell, like, just in bumper-to-bumper traffic, just screaming at the guy in front of you, like, dude. I don't know how they know. They know what's going on in your life, always. I don't know what kind of witchcraft they got going on over there. Me and my little brother, when I turned 16 years old, me and my little brother had a pact. He was 14, I was 16. We were gonna sneak out of the house and go to Hooters, me and my little brother. I was a kid. Anyway, we pulled out, we drove into the parking lot like, my brother was scared to death. He's like, dude, let's get out of here. I was like, nah, let's go inside. No one's gonna know. One time I got rear-ended in traffic. I stepped out of the car and I was like, can I get a witness? Stupid, dude. I did. I got pulled over for speeding one time. I was pulled over, and the cop came up to my window. I rolled it down, and I was just like,
I am guilty, ashamed of what I've done.
this guy, I don't know what happened. He was back there. You know, when they're back there for a long time, I'm about to get a huge ticket. It's not going to be good. I got to go to jail. I was thinking all these terrible thoughts. This guy comes back and lets me off with a warning, and I was like,
You wonder why men don't sing a lot in church sometimes. I think I know why, because a lot of songs written today are written with a female's way of expressing love, right? Men and women express love differently. So sometimes we just don't understand it. That's not how we express love, so we don't sing as much. You know, a lot of songs written today are like, you know, I want to see your face. I want to touch your face. I want to get to know you. And guys are like, what? I mean, I love him. I don't want to touch his face. That's creepy. Dude, I got visitors here. Don't make me sing that. And that's okay. Just write some songs men can worship too. Watch the game with me, Lord. Just sit here in silence. No talking or questions. And fall asleep halfway through. Get me a Coke from the fridge, Lord. Get me a Coke from the fridge. Bring me some nachos with jalapeno. Oh, I would go to that church. Wouldn't that be awesome?
first one is always shot in black and white. An unhappy couple in the middle of a fight. She's looking at a photo, he's looking out the window. Raindrops always make things much more sad.
That doesn't even rhyme though.
Nobody knows what the fight's about today, but it must be something serious. There's lots of bills to pay. A mildly attractive actress is a must, but not too hot to make the man stumble or lust. 3 chords in a mid-tempo. We're gonna try to rhyme this, I know. And if we can't, then we'll just sing. Oh, is the cussing in the song? No, cause it's safe for the family. Positive, encouraging radio. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. First 2 he's climbing in his truck and leaving. Becky stays at home and she's overwhelmed and grieving. He's passing a liquor store, pill bottles on the floor.
So we can't show a Christian drinking a beer, although prescription drug abuse is actually way worse, so that doesn't really make any sense anyway, but okay.
It's mainly soccer moms listening to us, so we have to make it clear that it's the man who things up.
I said messed.
3 chords and a mid-tempo. Found this on VRBO. It's a diversity cameo. Is the cussing in the song? No, cause it's safe for the family. Positive, encouraging radio. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. He finds a Bible when he opens up the drawer. And somehow now he's in a church from 1864. The moral of the story is it works out in the end. 'cause he tells her that he loves her and he'll never sin again. Yeah, he tells her that he loves her and he'll never sin again. 3 chords in a mid-tempo, V-necks on my tattoo shows, everybody singing in a happy oh. Did they see a therapist? No, but they're back in church, looking perfect in the Instagram post. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. This is every Christian music video. Oh, 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 oh. This is every Christian music video.
Okay, is this actually like a really good song for real? Wait, are we gonna be rich from this?